Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Riley, and today I am beyond excited to be interviewing Sharon M. Draper, a New York Times best-selling author known for Out of My Mind, a series of books following Melody Brooks, a preteen girl with cerebral palsy determined to share and spread her voice through education, showing her brightness and just how determined she really is. You may have seen it in the three books she has, or on your TV screen on Disney Plus. I am not only privileged but honored to now be welcoming New York Times best-selling author Mrs. Sharon M. Draper.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me today.
Oh, it's wonderful. So
Yes.
tell me about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Riley. I am 13 years old and I have cerebral palsy. I have spastic quad CP, so I'm in a wheelchair full time. But obviously I could talk. I can't walk, but I could talk very well. I'm in school, and yeah, I love education and reading. So I'm very glad
Wonderful.
to be doing this with you today. What about you?
Oh, well, I live in Florida and
Nice to
it's
meet
a
you.
sunny day today, nice and warm. It's going to be like 85 and
Nice.
and I'm here with my dog who I just gave a bone to so she wouldn't bother me because she likes to be on the screen.
Yeah,
I have a golden retriever and she's my best friend.
nice. Sorry, my phone is going off. It's Zoom telling me I have a meeting, even though I'm already here. But hold on, let me turn this off.
Okay.
Sorry, so sorry, actually.
That's okay. Computers run our world.
Power off. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's
S-
so nice to hear from you. Thank you for agreeing to this again. I would like to know, how did you decide you wanted to become an author? Like, what's some of your background?
Okay. Well, when I was your age and way before then, I was a reader kid. My house was like walking distance to the local library. So when I was little, my mother would take me every Saturday, and when I got older, I just went by myself. And I went every single Saturday and some Fridays and some Sundays to the local library down the street. And they knew me really, really well. And I read all the books on the little kid side. And I was not old enough to go to the adult side, but I'd already read all the things on the children's side. So the librarian says, I give up. I'll just check your books and you get what you want. So I got to check out anything I wanted from any part of the library, except for that one lady that checked real clear. She says, You can't read that. I said, Okay, I'll just do it next week when you're not here.
Yeah.
So, so I think in order to be a writer, you have to first be a reader. And
Yeah.
I had no idea I was going to be a writer. I just knew I love books and I love stories. And I read and read and read and read and read and read and read. So and
Nice.
eventually, I decided I would try to write a book.
That's awesome. What was the first book you wrote?
The first book I wrote was a book called Tears of a Tiger, and came out a long time ago, but it was surprisingly very, very successful. Didn't surprise me, but it surprised the publishing people. They go, "Wow, people really like this book." I said, "I could have told you that." So
Yes, we love a good confident lady.
yeah, so after the first book came out, it was very successful. So they called me up and said, "Would you like to write a second one?" I said, "Yes, I've already started it." So the second one and then the third one. So that was my first trilogy. And then after that, we just got to be on a roll, and every couple of years I'd come up with a new book. Because it takes about a year to write a book, sometimes longer.
Nice, that's so cool. So obviously I'm very in love with the character Melody. It
Yeah.
really has touched me as well as my family. I have all three books, and I will tell you, your series of books, I read the first one in 24 hours. I couldn't
Wow.
take my eyes off of the book, so thank you for
Wow.
that. But tell me, like, how did you come to find out that you wanted to write about, a person with cerebral palsy?
Well,
Like, how did that idea
I've
come
got
to you?
I've got family members with CP. And so it goes way back, way back. So I was familiar and comfortable uh with the whole idea. And I finally said, I think I can write a whole story, and I'm going to write a story for kids because young people need this. And
Yeah,
so it was low. I was a teacher. And so I was a teacher of reading and writing. And one day one of my students said, Why don't you write something? I said, okay, I think I will. And so I
yes,
wrote my very first book and it won prizes and awards. I didn't even know they gave prizes and awards for writing. You know,
that's
you know,
awesome.
like the Academy Awards that, that come out every
Yeah,
year. I didn't even know that there was such a thing for books until they called me and says, You've won a big award. I said, Really? And so the day they called me was they couldn't catch me because it was the day we were off from school. I'm a teacher, and so we were off from school. So I went shopping because it wasn't a school day, and they
yup.
said, "We've been trying to call you all day," and I said, "What? So your book won an award, really?" So that's how I found out that the very first book had won an award.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Did you at all expect, I mean, especially the awards, did you at all expect the media coverage it would get, how deeply in love people would fall in love with it? Like, what was that like? Like, did you expect it? Like, what did you think?
No, I didn't expect it at all because I had never done it before, so I didn't know what to expect. It was like, wow, this is nice. Wow, really? And
Yeah,
so I got invited to all kinds of uh, wonderful events. I've been to the White House 5 times.
that's
Uh,
awesome.
I met both President Bushes. I met Barack Obama. He's really cute. And I met uh, who else did I meet? I met Hillary Clinton. I've been all over the place and I've met all these famous people and I've got pictures of me someplace of me, smiling next to
Yeah.
Bill Clinton and smiling next to Hillary and um, so it's been a wonderful ride.
That is awesome. New York Times, I even had a friend who had to read your book as a part of their curriculum. And I heard about you being a teacher, so I thought, wow, like she must be amazed. Like when I heard that my friend had to read that book as part of like her school reading, I was like, that's awesome. You kind of got to build something there, and it was something that got #1 on Amazon for Teacher's Choice and everything like that. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's had a wonderful ride, that book, a wonderful, wonderful ride. And I've been able to reach a lot of people that, that say, thank you for representing us. Nobody's ever written a book about a kid with CP. We're just like
yeah,
everybody else. And so that's what I
right.
want Melody to be, just like everybody else.
Yes, I remember that's actually how I discovered the book, because I've always loved reading, and I was curious about finding a character in a book, someone like me. And then
Yeah.
I discovered Out of My Mind, Teacher's Choice #1 on Amazon. And I was like, I think I'm gonna give this one a try. And so that's exactly what I did and loved it. So thank you for that from me.
Oh, I'm so glad I could do that because it's so important that young people are represented in books and in
Yeah,
movies. And not everybody is perfect. and everybody needs a voice. So that's what my plan was, to kind of give everybody a voice.
Absolutely. So, after Out of My Mind, you came out with Out of My Heart and Out of My Dreams.
Yes,
The next one, Melody went to camp, and then following that, she went to London. Did
yes.
you think that Out of My Mind would be a one and done thing? Or did you know, like, okay, we're gonna have sequels of this?
No, I didn't plan on sequels. I just wrote the book. And it was the book of my heart and my soul, and I loved it, and everybody loved it. And people, I got letters and letters and letters from teachers and kids, and everybody said, well, what else happened to her? So I said, well, let me send her someplace else. So I
Yeah.
wrote book two, and they said, we want more. So I wrote book three. But I think I'm done with the third one. I think I'm done.
Okay,
I
yeah, that
can't think of anything else I can do to Melody.
was that was gonna be one of my questions. Like, do you think you're gonna have a fourth book?
I
But
don't
I
think,
guess for now, the answer is no.
no, I don't think
Melody
so.
where she's at. But you never know. Maybe adult Melody.
Maybe, maybe we'll see. When you get to be an adult, call me and say, "What do you think?"
I will. So, we have all the books. We have Out of My Mind, Out of My Heart, Out of My Dreams. And then I get a shock because I'm on Facebook scrolling one day, and then I see this trailer for an Out of My Mind movie setting history really for the handicap acting industry because it is a major lead role. Melody Brooks. This was gonna be turned into a movie, and I started freaking out. It was
Wow,
showing on my TV, and I'm like, Mom, this is what's happening. Like, I got so excited, I almost cried.
wow.
And
Well,
so,
you know what's cool about that is the young lady that they got to play the part of Melody in the movie actually has CP.
yes,
She wasn't faking it. She actually has CP, and she's
that
a
was
fine
awesome.
little actress.
Yes, I heard it is Phoebe Ray Taylor, right?
Yes,
Nice. Yeah, I
yes.
saw her in some interviews and she seems so lovely. Like, I want to
Mhm.
meet this girl. Like, she seems so nice. And to know that she actually had cerebral palsy is a breath of fresh air because sometimes you see, um, characters who don't actually have the real thing, and there's
Mhm.
something different about it when you actually have what it is,
Yes,
because it's just a different feeling. You
yes,
get to know it, get to understand it better because you've lived with it.
yes. And you know if somebody's faking it.
Yes.
But Phoebe Ray just did an amazing job with that.
She did phenomenal. She did phenomenal. So, how was that process? Did they come to you or did you come to them? How did the movie development come into play?
Okay. The director of the movie, I've known for many years. And 15, 20 years ago, he said, I'm going to make a movie out of this book. I said, yeah, okay, okay, okay. He says, no, I promise I'm going to make a movie out of this book. And he makes movies, and the kind of movies um, like there's a movie on Netflix or something. It's called Rescued by Ruby. Have you ever seen it?
I think I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Look for it. It's called Rescued by Ruby. It has nothing to do with CP, but it's done by the guy who did the same, who did
Also,
the movie, and
the dog is so cute.
it's about a dog who is uh who just can't make it as a regular dog, and the guy who trains it is he's a failure too, and the two of them together and they rescue each other, and then Ruby
Oh,
ends up rescuing somebody's life, and so um and that's how I got to know the guy who is the director of the Out of My Mind movie, because we became
that's
friends because of Rescued by Ruby. So look for that movie. It's called Rescued by Ruby. It's on Netflix or someplace, but you can still find it. Come here,
Yes,
Cook.
that is awesome.
Come here.
Your dog is
Okay.
gorgeous, by the
This,
way.
this is Cookie. All right, you
Oh,
can get
hi,
down now.
Cookie.
Go, Cookie. Go. Go lay down and leave me alone. I'm busy. I always have treats for her when I'm, and she knows it. She says,
Yep,
"You're on Zoom. I get treats. Sit down." Okay, now go away.
that's
Anyway,
awesome.
yeah.
So it just kind of fell into place, the movie. He said he was gonna do it, and years go by and it happened.
It took a
So
long time. It took several years, yes.
that's wonderful. Another super fun question. So when you found out Jennifer Aniston got cast to be the voice of Melody, how was that? Because she's a big deal. My mom loves her. I love her. She has a fund for people with disabilities. She loves helping out. So,
Yes,
how was that?
it was amazing. I have a picture. I don't know where it is. I can't pull it up right now, but I have a picture of me and Jennifer Aniston sitting down having lunch.
That's
And we
awesome.
talked just like two friends. Like it was, I wasn't like, oh my goodness, you're Jennifer Aniston. I said, hey, Jennifer, let's talk. And we talked about, I talked about my children. She talked about her children. And we just chatted like regular people, like real
Yeah,
friends.
of
It was
course.
so cool.
That's awesome.
I think
'Cause-
I think famous people when they go, "Oh, you're a famous person," they don't like that. So I just treated
yeah,
her like a friend, and so we got along real well.
that's awesome. And then, did you get to be on set while filming? Like
Yes,
with the cast and crew, and how was it working with them?
yes. I got to. They filmed it in Canada.
Oh, I didn't
Because
know that, but it's so
it's
fast.
cheaper. It's cheaper. I think that's the only reason. But we filmed it in Canada, and it was in the middle of COVID, and everybody had to wear masks, and it
Oh,
was,
really?
they weren't on set. But I got to watch the actors, you know, redo their lines over and over again.
Yeah,
You don't just say it once and it's done. They had to
yeah,
fix it, and the makeup people would come and fix the makeup or fix the hair, and there was a lot of repetition because you had to do it over and over again till you got it right.
yeah. You gotta really
Yeah,
play the part. I
yeah,
know if it were me in that movie setting, I would have to do it a million times because I laugh too much. I'm very unserious. I'm
yeah.
always laughing, always giggling. People at school call me Smiley Riley because I just go around campus with this huge smile on my face,
Oh,
always
that's
coming in
wonderful.
laughing about something, but yeah, also I've always been an ELA girl, so
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
that's really cool. And Penny gets run over, which is sad, but then
Actually,
it
she
also
doesn't.
that's okay.
Okay. Actually, she doesn't get run over. She almost gets run over. Melody stops her mother just in time. Remember?
Oh,
It's like and Melody is just trying to tell her mother that Penny is back there. And so she stops
yeah.
just in time. So I'm not gonna hurt a 4-year-old in a book. So she falls down mostly out of surprise. She doesn't get
Mhm.
hurt, and but
Yeah.
it was cool. They had people who were dressed up in the gear that a emergency crew would wear, and they came in, and the little girl who played the part was about 5, and she loved it because they had this big
Awesome.
bouncy thing, like a big bouncy like a mattress, that
Yeah.
to fall on. And she loved it. And she kept jumping on it and falling off and jumping off because she was 5, so she was having fun.
Yeah. That's really cool. I would have loved to seen that. But
Yeah.
I actually thought when I was watching the movie that she did get run over and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
No, she
Like,
didn't. She almost did. In the book, she almost gets hit, but
yeah,
Melody stops her mother. Stop, stop, stop,
right.
just in time. And so
Yeah.
she falls down, but she doesn't get hit. I can't do
Okay,
that.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course not.
yeah.
Oh, can't even imagine that. And so, premiere night comes around. We're finished, filming the movie, and premiere night comes around. What was that feeling? What emotions were you having?
Well,
Sort
that's a
of
good
like that.
question. Um, it was really, really exciting. It was in Utah that they premiered it. And they flew me in, and I got to come in. I got all dressed up and walked down the red carpet, and and everybody cheered and yelled, and it was just really, really cool. And there was all these famous people walking around. I mean, serious famous
That's
movie
awesome.
stars walking around. You
Who
know,
all did you see there?
oh, I don't even remember, but they were there. I'd have to go back and look it up. I don't remember because
Yeah.
I didn't speak to any of them, but they were there.
That's awesome. I saw some pictures of you on that red carpet. You totally slayed.
Yes, thank you,
Miss
dear.
Draper on the red carpet?
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
So, since we have, now we're getting to kind of like the goofy questions. Since we have the first book in movie form, do you think that doing it just for that book, it's kind of like a closed chapter, or do you think possibly we could see Out of My Heart or Out of My Dreams on TV? Because that would be kind of cool.
I would love to, but it's not up to me. It's up to the producers and the directors and the people who pay the money to get this done.
Yeah,
I don't know. I doubt very seriously if they will film anything else. First of all, the
yeah,
girl who played the part is 16 now, and she doesn't look 12 anymore. So, years have passed. So, probably not that one, but I'm hoping that maybe I can get another. I've written all those books that you see behind me there. Maybe one
yeah.
of those can get made into a movie.
Awesome. Yeah, I would definitely love to see that. I would definitely watch it
Yeah, me
and
too.
all of that.
It would be
I'm also
very.
gonna look into your other books to read because really I've only read Out of My Mind, but I've seen and heard that you have some other books, which is what we're gonna get into next. But yeah, I
Okay.
would definitely watch that.
Okay, this is Out of My Heart, and this is Out of My Dream. So these are the
Yeah.
next two you read, okay? This is
Okay.
book two, and this is book three.
Oh yeah, I've read those.
Oh, you've read
They're on
those.
my
Okay.
bookshelf.
All
They're
right.
gone.
Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else can I suggest for you? Uh, oh, I've got one called Blended.
Oh yes, I've heard of that.
Yes,
Everyone
Blended.
online is like, Blended is so good.
Yeah, Blended you might enjoy. It's completely different. It's the whole, it's a different family setup. It's about a girl whose parents are divorced and she lives with mom one week and dad the next week, and she hates it, because she has to switch off,
Yeah.
from, mom's rules to dad's rules and, dad's house, mom's house. She has a backpack. Uh, she has two backpacks. She's got a dad backpack, a mom backpack, and a lunch backpack. So she's got to deal
Yeah.
with problems of adults that happen to children.
Very young, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you'd enjoy Blended.
Mhm. Very real life case scenario because that's happened for us before, kind of in a different way, but that's happened for us. And then I know some friends, so yes. I would
Hmm.
also like to say that your books I recommend to everybody. I think everyone should read all of your books
Oh,
because I was so touched by the few that I've read that I can't wait to read more and discover more. What advice would you give to anyone going through school right now who's maybe my age or a little bit older? What advice do you have?
Uh, Make a friend or two and stick with a good friend. Because the best way to make it through school is to have a friend. It's hard when you're alone.
Absolutely.
It's very
Yeah,
hard. You're by yourself. So find a friend. You don't need 50 friends. You don't need 30 friends. You don't need 10 friends. Find one good friend that's there for you, that you can depend on, somebody who is not embarrassed because you're in a wheelchair, or somebody who
right.
likes you for the person that you are. So
Yeah.
if you could find one friend that says, hey, me and you, girl, we've got this, then that can help you get through school. You don't need, in the books, they have kids with lots and lots and lots of friends. You don't need all of that. It's just
Yeah.
one good friend that you could depend on,
Hmm.
that likes you for who you are.
Yeah. I've always felt the same. There's always some sort of people at school who or ask if we could be friends. Hi, doggy. Hi, cookie. There's always
Cookie,
some
you
sort
are
of people.
interrupting. She knows she is too. Get down, girl.
There's always some sort of people at school who are either mean or want to be my friend. But we say we're friends, but then we never really talk. So I think
Right.
that's really good advice, and I've always kind of stuck to that because I don't really care what anyone thinks of me, and I don't take anything to heart really anymore. Only the things that matter.
Right.
Because I think living with this for my whole life, you kind of have to learn to get some tougher skin.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're super sensitive all the time, then everything will kind of crush you. And I like to listen to what Kelly Clarkson says. What
Right.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a
Exactly.
little
Exactly.
taller. Maybe I should
Exactly.
say sit a little taller, but
Yes.
yes.
Well, you are an amazing young lady. What grade are
Thank
you
you
in?
so much. I'm in seventh grade. I'm going into eighth.
Eighth grade. All right. And what do you plan when you finish school? What are your dreams?
Um, when I finish school, I have two options for me. I'm kind of leaning towards the second one, maybe even literally, but number one, I wanted to be a NICU nurse
Mm-hmm.
because I spent time in the NICU. I was 2 months early,
Mm-hmm.
and I always liked the idea of giving people hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like everyone says that to me, like, oh, you're always so happy, you give people hope or whatever, and I really like helping someone. Like, I feel like that's what I'm called to do.
Right.
Even with my YouTube, like, that's what I like doing. I like spreading hope. I like spreading awareness. I like helping people. So that would be my first option, but then again, I think that might be, I need a lot of therapy right now to get to the point of standing or, really working on my transfers to be able to do big things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be a little too physically wearing. So my second option, I would want to be a sixth grade ELA teacher
Oh,
because I love ELA. Like
yeah.
I've stated, I love a good book. Never
Yes.
fails. And I love kids. And I had a really good sixth grade experience. Really good teachers. Sixth grade was a really good year for me, so yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards the teacher side. They
Mm-hmm.
don't always get treated properly nowadays, so that's kind of iffy. But I um I would put all that aside and do it. So I'm leaning more towards the teacher side.
I think you'd be a wonderful teacher. Don't
Thank
let
you.
anybody tell you you can't do it. You say, "Oh, yes, I can. Look at what I've done already." You
Yeah.
know?
Thank you so much. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
No, I really believe that.
Thank you.
You're a force to be reckoned with, young lady. You're gonna go
Thank you.
places. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you today.
Well, this was great. I really, truly enjoyed talking to you.
I
So,
had a great time.
anytime you have a question, you can send me an email and I will answer. And and keep in touch and let me know what you're doing and let me know, what successes you're having and if you send me an email, I will answer. Might be
I
slow, but
certainly
I
will.
will answer.
Snail mail. I
Yes.
saw that on the website.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It was lovely talking to you today. You touched so many people with your books, and I really appreciate it. And I look forward to what we will be seeing from you in the future.
Well,
So,
I'm getting ready to start something new and I don't even know what it's going to be. It's like page one. Uh
yeah,
so, so
thank
give
you
me
so much.
6 months or so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely
And
will.
And you continue to be the outstanding, excellent young lady that you are because you've got so much potential, girl. You can do anything you choose to.
Thank
Anything.
you so much.
Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Say, well, you're in that chair. You can't. No, 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 no. I can do anything that I want to do.
And I could pop wheelies, and guess what? They can't.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you so much for your
Okay.
time. And
Well,
I go ahead.
no, I was going to say, anytime you need to contact me, feel free to send me an email and I will answer.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye, Mrs. Draper.
Okay, bye bye. You have a wonderful day.
You too.